So I'm getting ready for bed, and I just was feeling chatty, so I wanted to chat about some topics that I thought maybe you might be curious about. And the first one is that I think you might be curious about how to save money when you're buying jewelry. So my first tip about this is one, you should try to figure out how to mix and match different like weights and different carats of metals, and then also different types of gemstones. So by that I mean, let's say you are interested in diamonds. One thing you might want to do is start experimenting with cubic zirconia, with moissanite, with having the diamonds be lab grown and set in, for example, 10 karat gold, or even gold vermeil or gold filled. So typically gold vermeil or gold filled is still considered fine jewelry because a lot of times it will be silver, sterling silver underneath, and then covered in some type of gold. So if you prefer like white gold jewelry, it will be sterling silver jewelry but then covered in white gold. And just to be clear, like the gold filled is a thicker covering than gold plated. Gold plated can wear off still pretty quickly, but underneath it still will be sterling silver. So you still have a nice piece of jewelry that's like not gonna tarnish, it just might change color if you get it yellow gold plated. So that's one hack. My second one is to actually mix high end and low end pieces. So one example of where I'm doing this right now is like on my ears and also on my toes, which I'm not gonna show on the internet. I have these cuffs, and these are pieces that I feel are a little bit less secure, and same with my toe rings. I just don't notice if they're there all the time, and so I like to get less pricey pieces for these because I want to feel not worried about checking whether they're there all the time. And it has happened to me where I have lost a cuff and then later I found it turned out I just lost it in my house. But I prefer to do things like that where, for example, the one that's from Ideal that actually has like real gold in it is actually connected to my lobe with a chain. But the ones that are not connected in any way are gold filled pieces from Amazon. So that's another hack. Third is to look on Etsy, look on Reddit, look for look on TikTok, look for basically independent jewelers. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Look for independent jewelers that are still looking to make a name for themselves, and then also look for people who make things in sterling silver and 9 karat gold specifically. So just to be for the full explanation, gold is not everything that is made with gold is pure gold. So something that's made with 100% gold would be called 24 karat gold, and that means that there's no other metals mixed into it, but so 24 is pure, and then everything less than that, it will have a lower carat weight of gold. That just means that some percentage of it is created with gold. So for example, you can usually tell like by how yellow it is. So this piece, this bangle, is approximately 18 karat gold. It's like, I got it made at a jeweler out of a piece I already had that wasn't exactly perfectly 18 karat, but it's somewhere around 18 karat. This curb chain is also somewhere around 18 karat. You can see these are kind of like similar yellowish levels. But then, for example, like this Panther Link bracelet, and then this one is 14 karat. And you can see it's like slightly, if I hold it, slightly less yellow. I don't know if you can tell on camera. But then these two rings, like this one and this one, are 10 karat. So that's even less. It's less than half, more than half. It's still more than half. Is it? No, it's less than half made out of pure gold. And the rest of it is other metals that is included in the ring. And so with the price of gold like going very high like it is now, that is a good way of getting pieces that still won't tarnish but are more reasonable. They're still expensive, but they're more reasonable. I believe some of these from Local Eclectic are also 9 karat, and so that allows them to help keep the price down a bit. So that's another hack. Let's see. Oh yes, third, and this is honestly probably the most important one, so if you made it this far, congrats, you are getting the good stuff now. The third hack is buying vintage. So you can find vintage jewelry that is very expensive. Obviously, it's like anything. It's like however much you want to pay for it, you can find things or vendors that will make you pay a lot of money for vintage pieces. But if you have the time and you have the inclination, you can find some really good pieces that are more reasonably priced. So a couple of my favorite places: one, Shop Goodwill. Shop Goodwill is particularly good for gold filled or other pieces like that are not like pure metal. I know some people I know have gotten pieces on there for like $10, and they've lasted years as gold-filled pieces from Shop Goodwill. And essentially what it is apparently people donate like solid gold pieces to the thrift store or fine jewelry to the thrift store, and then all of the Goodwills from around the country, and if you're located in other places in the world, you can look for similar things. Actually, I don't know if Shop Goodwill ships other places, but they might. You could check there. Or check pawn shops. Pawn shops are similar. So you can look on those type of places, and typically they will try to sell it by the weight, or it will be auction based. And so one thing I do is look up like what that piece of jewelry should cost by the weight and the carat weight of gold that it is, and then try to make sure I'm paying like somewhere around that for the piece. It's okay to pay a little bit more because obviously there's some like craftsmanship involved, and if you really like the piece, then you should be willing to pay a little bit for that craftsmanship. But that is another place to find quality jewelry. I also find a lot on Instagram and eBay. eBay is awesome. I have just recently started finding things off of eBay. This curb chain is from eBay. And let's see, I believe this bracelet, this Panther link, is from an Instagram vintage seller. What else have I got? Oh, this ring is also from eBay. So eBay has a lot of good stuff. The cool thing about eBay is there's an authenticity guarantee. And so if you buy something that is like more expensive, you have, I don't know, I don't want to like put you guys on a wrong path here, but I've had always really good experiences with eBay, and I also just recently bought something that did not pass the authenticity guarantee, and so it got returned automatically. It didn't even come to me because it was not what the seller said it was, and so that gave me a little bit of peace of mind for shopping on eBay. Yeah, so those I think are my 3 hacks. 1, mix carat weights of gold, mix the type of gold that you're wearing, mix in silver pieces. Like for example, this piece has a bunch of silver in it, 925 sterling silver, which is much cheaper than gold, and it has only 1 little gold ring, so it's a little mixed metal moment, makes it less expensive. We use gold filled, like with these things, gold filled pieces. Shop vintage, shop lab stones, shop from smaller jewelers, and good luck. Let me know if there's anything else I can teach you about how to save money when you're buying jewelry.